Tom, have you seen Stephen May? You've obviously seen him around the club this week. How's he looking, and do you reckon he's going to be fine against Geelong?
Yeah, I was speaking to him yesterday. I think he's pretty confident of playing this week. Obviously, today and Thursday is going to be the big ones, but all indications he'll play this week.
Has he expressed, I guess, frustration about having to watch you guys on the weekend, I guess, go down against North Melbourne?
Oh, yeah. I think he hasn't expressed frustrations that he wasn't. Obviously, he's hurting that he's not out there, but he's disappointing the way we finished the game, which we all were. So, especially last quarter with our skill errors. But I think he's looking forward to coming back and hopefully showing up at our fence a bit.
What does he bring to the team when he's out there?
Oh, he just brings that leadership. He's obviously co-captain, and he's great in the back line. He wins his one-on-one, so he's going to be really good and really drive the boys down the back line.
You guys were hanging in the game against North Melbourne. Did you sense there was like a bit of a momentum shift maybe in the second quarter, and the Blues kind of were managing to pile on more pressure than you guys?
I think footy these days is ebbs and flows and momentum. We had it and they had it, and the good thing I took out of the game first three quarters when they had the momentum, we'll instead of kicking 3-4 goals, they sort of kicked two and we were able to get one back. Obviously, in the last quarter, we weren't able to stop the 3 goals that they kicked late that won them the game, really. So that was a disappointing part.
It was a very open game, wasn't it? From the outset, whoever won it from the centre, it was breaking away pretty quickly at either end. Do you expect something similar this weekend, or is Geelong completely different the way they set up?
Oh, I think Etihad's a pretty fast deck, to be honest. If you think a lot of games there are open and free-flowing, it's very fast. So, yeah, I think it'll be a fairly high contested game this week, and it'll be hard fought and close. So, yeah, I expect it to be a bit different.
Tom, can you just elaborate on the importance of Steve? Because last week, obviously, Jack Leslie did a really good job, and he was sort of the only tall guy down there. And they had a big forward that kicked a bag of goals, and it looked like a game that almost got away because your defence was so weak. Like, how does Steve shore things up, and how important, particularly up against someone like Tom Hawkins, who's been generally pretty good?
I think Steve coming in is not going to be the saviour, so to speak. I think it's just helps with that leadership and his experience playing now. He's played quite a few games, so he knows what it takes. And obviously we had a fairly young defence. Jack Leslie's doing a great job. I think it's his 10th game of the weekend, so he's really coming along. And obviously with Steve there alongside him, he's only going to benefit Jack Leslie. So I think the defence did hold up pretty well on the weekend. I think that, as you said, it was an open game and it came in pretty quickly. So under the circumstances, I thought they held up very well. But I think Steve's leadership is going to be great for us this weekend.
You guys are an incredibly young team, and we keep talking about it, but do you think that's your downfall?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I think we're 2-4. Would have been nice to be in 4-2. We lost a couple of close ones, which has been disappointing. But we play the Cats this weekend, and they're travelling really well. So it's going to be great to come back to our home deck in front of our fans. It'll be the last game there for a few weeks. So hopefully all the fans turn up and really encourage us and spur us on for the Cats this weekend.
You guys seem to consistently have a young team. Do you think you need some more experienced players? Do you think that would be helpful?
I think at the end of last year, we got 4 inexperienced players in, so I don't think that's our problem at all. I think we're almost feel like we're just about to click. We're not far away from, because we haven't played a lot of games together, so to get everyone in and on the same page, it's starting to come. We've shown in patches that we have, but we need a 4-quarter consistency.
At what point of the season do you kind of think it's getting a bit late to still be waiting for that click to happen? I think
we're only, 6 rounds in, so I think it's a long way to go towards the end of the season. So hopefully it starts this week in Metricon, and it's going to be a great test against the Cats.
Just on your personal form, Tom, do you reckon this is the best you've been playing? Or, I guess, since your time in the AFL?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. Yeah, I haven't thought too much about it.
What are some key things for you that you find that you've worked really well in training that you can take into a game, or is there any parameters or anything you set yourself going in thinking?
I think, as I said before, I pride myself on work rate and being that contest when the boys kick the ball in, I've got to bring the ball to the ground and feed our smaller players. So that's sort of the baseline of my game, what I refer back to if I'm having some ups and downs. So I think if I get that right, the other stuff will flow on top of that.
How's it for you hearing comments from Brownie and guys like that who are great forwards in the game, and they're saying you're a brilliant player and you're kicking a bag? How does that make you feel?
Oh, I think I've said it numerous times now. I think they're quite biased towards the centre forward. So I think Brandy obviously is a champion. He's a modern great as a centre forward. So obviously I looked up to him growing up, and he's one of my favourite players. So obviously it's humbling, but I think they're fairly biased towards the centre forwards.
Just on Geelong, Tommy, they've got a bit of a reputation that they rely heavily on Dangerfield and Selwood in the middle. Is that how you see them, or where else do you see their strengths?
Not at all. I think they've got a strong side across the ground. Hawkins been in good form. Menzel's playing some really good football. Guthrie's really stepped up. So I think they've got some great players across the ground. So I think it'd be a bit foolish to just focus on Dangerfield and Selwood. So I think you look at their side, they're pretty even across the park.
Collingwood sort of showed the other day that they kept one of them quiet, kept Selwood pretty quiet. I still think that's pretty crucial though to try and beat them on Saturday.
Oh, obviously they're. You look at any side, you find ways to stop their best players having the most influence. So I'm sure this week we'll have a look at different things Collingwood have done. But as I said, if you get too focused on one player, the other players are really going to hurt you. So obviously it'll be a focus for us, but I don't think you can just focus on one or two players.
Has Gary voiced his opinion about how he feels about playing Geelong this weekend?
No, I haven't spoken to him about it. I'm sure he's excited. But he's been up here for a fair while now, so I'm not sure how many players he's played with are still there. So I think he's done it numerous times. So I'm sure he's excited, but yeah, I haven't spoken to him personally.
If you were in his position, do you think there's a little bit of added incentive for him to beat them?
Because he's a former player? Oh, I'm not 100% sure. I haven't been in his position. I'm sure Gary's an unbelievable competitor, so every week he wants to go out and win. So I'm not sure if it's added a little bit against his old club, but yeah.
Where did his performance on the Saturday night stack up for you? I mean, you saw it right in front of you. What did you think of his game?
Yeah, I think he had a record 18 clearances, I think, so that's amazing for a guy to be still getting record numbers, and he's had such high benchmark his whole career and still be getting high numbers. So he was unbelievable on the weekend. He really led from the front. He was great in the midfield. So I'm looking forward to him hopefully doing the same thing this weekend.
Probably showed he's still got some of his best footy. It's still there. Because it's been questioned a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, as you said, after round two, particular areas of the media questioned whether he's still got the hunger and drive, and I think he's answered that pretty emphatically the last 4 weeks.
And that must be, for the younger players as well, to see Ablett come out and perform like that must be morale boosting for them as well.
I think it just shows what a great player he is and a champion he is. He's copped criticism and he's come out and he's hasn't sulked up, hasn't dropped his head, hasn't done anything like that. He's just come out and goes, all right, I'll take it on board. I disagree with what you think, but he come out and his last 4 weeks has been sensational for us.
Tommy, I guess we spoke about Stevie May coming back in, but Davis Wire likely to come back in after being rested. He seems like he complements Gaz really well. He's almost like his bodyguard of sorts. What is that going to do for him? How does that complement you guys going into Geelong?
Yeah, obviously amazing. Dave coming back in. Dave's he's just a great team man. He's does everything that we value internally. He does it every week. So we're a better side, much better side with Dave Swallow in the side.
Just really quickly on winning the battle of wearing your home jumpers in China, is that a small win?
Yeah, I'm very happy we're wearing red. Small win, I'm not sure. But I think it's our home game over there, so we like to wear red every week. Obviously, if you clash, you've got to change. But yeah, it's great. We get to wear red over in China.
Boost a bit of confidence?
Oh, I don't think it's boost any confidence. I think it's just we'll probably forget about it now and move on. But yeah, it's good. It's good to be able to wear our home Guernsey.
Do you think if you're wearing red and yellow, there'll be more Chinese fans supporting you guys, even though you're technically the away team?
I'm not sure. Apparently, it's a lucky colour, but yeah, we haven't thought too much into it, to be honest. We've got Geelong this week, and then we'll get our head around getting around over to China.